Hey there, 8th graders. This is Mr. Rogers doing another quick video tutorial. This time with your solar system scale 2, calculating the distances that our planets need to be away from each other now that we've created the hanging mobiles. So the big challenge right here is figuring out like how far spaced apart the planets should be. So you'll notice that on this part of your ISN you have all of the different distances, real distances, of each of these planets from the Sun in kilometers. And since we originally did our work here with the diameter of Pluto being 2,300 kilometers, we said that was going to be equal to 1 centimeter. So with that in mind, we're going to keep the same scale and we're going to divide by 2,300 again. This time you'll notice you're going to take the real distance from the Sun, which would be these numbers down here, and divide it by 2,300. And that should give you initially a distance of how far away to place these things in centimeters. So let's do the first one together so you can see how this works. So you have Mercury, and you can see that Mercury is 57,900,000 kilometers away from the Sun. So that's the number that we'd plug up here along the top. So I've got my calculator. We go 57,900,000, and we're going to divide that by 2,300. And you'll notice what we get is an insanely large number, 25,173 point blah, 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 blah. And you'll notice that that's exactly what's anticipated here in the directions. It says, notice how your answer is insanely big. You need to convert that into a smaller number. And you'll notice the directions say also to move the decimal 5 places to the left to change the scale to kilometers. So if you look here, it is, I'm going to not do a very good job here of drawing. Ooh, that's a really bad job of drawing that. Let's try that again. So we have 25,000, I'll have to look again here, 173. Okay, and then there's a decimal, and then there's a whole bunch of other numbers. So what we need to do is we need to move the decimal 5 places to the left. So if I go ahead and do the counting, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the decimal needs to go over here. And just to round off, that would be 0.25 kilometers. That's a beautiful looking 2 there. Gotta apologize, folks, I'm using my mouse here, so my numbers don't always look too pretty. But that's our actual answer. Mercury is going to have to be 1/4 of a kilometer away from the classroom if this is going to be the actual distance. Remember how small Mercury is here inside your classroom with the hanging mobile. We've got to put it 1/4 of a kilometer away. And we have a series of maps where you'll actually be able to draw that to show, okay, where would that be? Is that going to be inside the school, outside the school? And you'll see that's where this set of directions, the finally part, comes in. I'll just say this thing here about the rest of your calculations. As you go through the rest of your calculations, you'll do the same thing. You take the real distance, divide by 2,300, and then move the decimal place 5 places. If you think about this, as you go down the scale here and as you do your calculations with your team, you're going to notice that the distance should get bigger and bigger as you go away. It makes sense, right? The planets should get farther and farther away from the school as you go. So that's one way to kind of check for your own math to make sure that your math is accurate, because the numbers should just keep getting larger and larger. If suddenly one of the numbers dips back and gets smaller again, double check your math. You might have made a mistake. With all these zeros, it's very easy to do. All right, so good luck with that. There is another video tutorial that can help you with drawing the circles on your map. This one's just designed to help you with the math part. So best of luck, and can't wait to see what you folks come up with.